The world is in for a huge shock, a huge awakening, right? In the form of UFOs, ETs, or whatever they want to call them, UFEs, UFIs. I don't know what they're calling them now, but aliens, okay, extraterrestrials. I think the world is within the next 2 to 3 years is in for a huge revelation, right? I believe that they've always been here, from way back. But I also believe more prevalent within our government system, in the 50s and the 60s and since. And this is why you have to try the spirit by the spirit, right? Because I believe there's even some that walk among us that are not us. Again, these are just my personal beliefs, right? You don't have to agree with them. But I do believe the world is finna be in for a rude awakening. The reason why I say rude, because a lot of people are not going to be prepared for it. A lot of people to this day, even in 2024, they don't believe in extraterrestrials or aliens, or they think it's all Hollywood and it's all smoke and mirrors and it's just made up fantasy and all that. They're going to be in for a rude awakening. And it's going to be on such a major scale that you're not going to be excused away as, oh, it's this or it's that or it's, no. It's going to be such a major event that's going to be happening all over the globe at one point, at one time. Like everyone is going to be to see this happening at the same time. That's how you're going to answer the question, are aliens real? You won't even have to say it. You'll be able to look up at the sky and see with your own two peepers. You dig? So, I believe that's coming. Like within the next 2 to 3 years, like I said. I think that's going to come within this next presidency. And I think this also is going to be like the catalyst to the start of the tribulation period, right? The first 3.5 and then the second 3.5 years. What I mean by that, I believe that these aliens are going to come offering all these things, right? Cure to diseases, extended life, longevity, health, vitality. They're going to, bring all these solutions to, poverty and hunger. And I'm talking about on a world scale. So much to where it's going to divide the world. You think we're divided now on race and status and, the 1%ers compared to everyone else. No. This event, this revealing event, I believe is going to bring a division in the world to where you're going to have people saying, hey, let's do it. What do we have to lose? Our planet is dying. People are hurting. Don't you want a cure for cancer? Don't you want a cure for all these incurable diseases? Don't you want to see a solution to homelessness around the world and starvation and poverty? And don't you want to see the planet, do better, and we do better as a human society? We can truly be one, right? We can wipe out all these, all these things. Crime will drastically go down, and so you're going to have a whole plethora of people that say, hey, let's do it. Let's agree to this alien initiative. And then you're going to have a lot of people saying, nope, no way. I don't trust it. Nope, you guys been lying to us all this time, and now we didn't find out you've been lying, and now you expect us to believe you? That you're going to do all these things after all these lies? Nope. No, thank you. And then this is where you're going to have the institution of the mark of the beast, right? To where they're going to say, hey, listen, if you want to have all these benefits, all these things that we're providing, right? This is how we're going to institute this system into the world, so that way we all can be on one accord, right? We all can have the same opportunity. We all can be recognized, that we are we are in cooperation, or we are in agreement with this agenda, right? We are operating agents of the agenda. So much to where it'll be voluntary at first, right? The first like 3.5 years, it'll be voluntary. They're gonna be pushing it, propaganda. Come on, get on a board of the agenda, become a part of the agenda, be a part of oneness and new world orders. This is a new world, and we're gonna do it a new way. We're not gonna do it the old way of, crookedness and deceitfulness, and it's all about money, and now it's all going to be about health and wellness and growing and doing better and living better and all that, right? This is how they're going to spin it. It's going to be voluntary. You're going to have a lot of people that say, yeah, I'm down. And then by the time the halfway point gets there, that's when that divide is going to be so great to where now it's not going to be voluntary. You're going to have so many numbers of people that do it and agree to this agenda that those that disagree are going to become the minority. Now you don't have the voluntary right. Now it's going to be forced on those that don't agree. Either you be down with the agenda and you take this mark, or you won't be able to buy nothing. You won't be able to go into stores to buy anything. You won't be able to use whatever kind of currency or money they're using. You won't be able to use it because you don't have this mark. You won't be able to sell anything. If you try to say, okay, let me sell something so I can get some currency so I can. Nope. You won't even be able to sell anything. You won't even be able to go to work. You'll have to have this mark to be able to get into your job, to be able to log on to computers, to be able to get into your bank account. You will have to have this to be able to move around, right? We already know about redlining and all that. That's old stuff. That's small stuff. But when they start instituting sectors and sections, you know what I'm saying? And in order for you to go from state to state, or sector to sector, or, country to country, or whatever the case, however they divide the world up, you're going to have this mark to be able to move. Otherwise, you're going to be restricted and confined. You dig? So you're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to earn a living. You're not going to be able to sell anything. You're not going to be able to move unless you do it underground and under black, I don't know if they're going to call it a black market, but black tunnel or whatever the case is. Your movements are going to be restricted. It's going to become very hard to survive without that mark. And that's when, in the last 3.5 years, moving closer to the end of that period, it'll be now where either you are down with the agenda or you're an enemy against the agenda. And if you're considered an enemy against the alien agenda, the New World Order agenda, then they'll kill you. That's where those people that say no and stand their ground and say, no, I'm gonna trust God. No, I'm not gonna give into this supposedly wonderful, heaven sent, these creatures or beings or ETs, or some people may call them, angels or whatever they may have come down from heaven to offer, us these beautiful blessings. And look, you better wise it up. You better know who you are and whose you are, right? Because time is coming. If we're not, if we have not transitioned onto the next phase in our journey, we're going to be here in these carbon bodies experiencing what's going on. And you better be strong in your faith, and you better know what you believe, because when that time comes, if you're here, you're going to have to make a decision on what you believe. Either you're going to be down with them or you're going to be down with him. You dig? Your man Levon. Just want to come and share those thoughts with y'all on this Faith over Fear Friday. You dig? If you like the comments, you agree with the comments. If you don't agree with the comments, let me know down below. You dig? I appreciate you for watching. I appreciate your participation. Share this video on your platforms. And y'all join me for your daily motivating content on Levon Says. Your man Levon. I'm out.